Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another live Twitch for the GT3 doubleheader round 7 at Monza for the 2021 Fall Championship. We have a lot of drivers that are actually going to be joining us today. We have 26 drivers in the ranks for Monza. It's going to be a pretty brutal race. I can already feel it. Turn 1 is going to create some incidences. But that being said, let's just start off by saying we have Riley Manier, who is our pole sitter right now during free practice. He's actually, Riley Manier is, and I'll just jump to him real quick. He actually has 458 points. He's leading the Drivers' Championship, but marginally, as Ed Kerstetter. Let's click over to him. He has just joined the... which team did he join? The Panzer Wallmolder team with Josh Willis and Eric Cacassian. So now his points are going to start to count towards the Panzer Wallmolder team, as Ed Kerstetter has 444 points from the last race at Paul Ricard, which is when he started. So only the points from Paul Ricard onward will start to count for the team championship. Then we have Josh Willis, who is P3 in the driver's standing with 441 points, just 3 points shy of tying Ed Kerstetter for P3. And then it goes Andrew Pickrell in P4, Christian McKeesey in P5, Mike Burkhoff in P6, Constable Cody Wassam P7, Stefan Lindauer in P8, Ollie G in P9, and Mitch McConnell in P10. Rounding it out, that we have the team championship, which is... I'll click to somebody that's actually on track. Our team championship is Adidas Parlay with Riley Manier, Professor Chronotis, and Richie Girolman in the lead with 712 points, while Panzer Wallmolder of Josh Willis, Eric Cassian, and Ed Kerstetter in P2 with 620 points, and then Flying Lizard Porsche of Andrew Pickrell, Aaron Free, and Eric Miller are in P3. Okay, just start off by, let's see who's out there first. Typically it's Josh Willis, but he is sitting in the pit lane, so it must be something different happening there. Jeff Allen of Pfaff Motorsports has made a really good recovery with the team, as the entirety of their team is doing a lot better. They did pull in some really good pace through Paul Ricard, and let's see if they can't recreate that for the battle of the midfield, as he is the first driver that will be starting his flying lap. We'll go on board with him very shortly. And a lot of those drivers are popping up yellow. They are just slowing down to gain a little bit of a buffer, as Jeff Allen of Pfaff Motorsports crosses the line, and he's going to start down turn 1. Let's just see if he can't make something happen here. And some of those drivers did not build enough of a gap, I don't believe, so that's going to be quite detrimental to themselves moving forward through a section during the first chicane. That was a well-maneuvered execution through that left-hander, or the right-hander, then left-hander, as he still has not invalidated his lap. and he's just going to breeze on through this last corner before the straight. What he's looking at to get is a 147.5, which would be pretty epic, as he goes across with a 149.3. And a lot of drivers haven't been able to recreate that momentum that Jeff Allen has, so we will, sorry there, just taking on board. Where is the man himself? Riley Manier goes across the line, goes P1 with a 148.6. That was to be expected, as he did hold the fastest pace through free practice, was with a 147.9. Ollie Raza goes across with a 149.1. That puts him at P2. Then we have Ed Kerstetter going through the final sector, and he's going to see where he puts up his time. And just popping on some of these the race control, you can see we have Travis Valdez going fourth fastest with a 149.4. Daniel Kaslassi of Southern Star Motorsports with a 149.6. Ed Kerstetter just beats out Riley Manier with 148.4. So that's pole position for the Panzer Wallmolder team. If he can maintain this pace and continue, Riley Manier is actually gaining a little bit on his delta. I'm not sure exactly how much, though. Going to somebody that's actually really strong right now is Daniel Kaslassi of Southern Star Motorsports with a Lexus. He is going to that final corner, and he's got 8/10 off of his time. That's going to really shed some positions, as he will definitely be in the top 3 after this position, after this lap, I mean. As he goes across, he's P3 with a 148.7. Fantastic run for Daniel Kaslassi. Taking a look now, see Riley Manier still fourth fastest. He's a little bit high on his delta. Ed Kerstetter shaving, he's got 10th faster than he is now. Travis Valdez is 2/10 faster as he goes to that final corner down the straightaway. Can he make up any position here? P6 for him, 1 position. That's how tight this race is going to be here. As we have Josh Willis still in the pit. One can only imagine what happened there. We have Chronotis of the Team Adidas Parlay. He's 6/10 off of his time. He had a 150.9 of last. Let's see if he can't push something out. Look at this. Jason Provolone of the Southern Star Motorsports holds the fastest Sector 1 time with a 35.172. That's actually faster by almost half a tenth to Ed Kerstetter's sector time. That's very impressive. As Chronotis goes across, he only advances 1 position, and that is P13 for him. And we see Jeff Allen, who has been relegated back to the P8 after going fast with a 149.3. He's a 10th up, and he improves on his time, but not enough to get him out of that position. We have Jason Provolone. Oh, we have Mike Burkhoff here going across the line. He is P3 right now. As he goes across, he is P1. Wow. And that is Mike Burkhoff of the BRB Club calling it quits. What a beautiful run for that driver. He holds pole, provisional pole, as we have a couple drivers that are going faster right now. We have Riley Manier, 6/10 faster, and he goes across the line, and he drops back to P1. Now on provisional pole, as Ed Kerstetter is on another flyer. We'll see if he can improve. And that is insane. Daniel Kaslassi and Jason Provolone of the Southern Star Motorsports held the same fastest Sector 1 time at a 35.172, beaten out by Ollie Raza with 35.1 flat. That is remarkable. Both those drivers are on the same team, so hats off to them for making that happen. Ed Kerstetter rounding that final corner. He's not going to be able to improve upon his time too much. And he might actually be positive on his delta, not negative, and that's not enough. Ed Kerstetter is going to start P3 unless he's going to actually try to have another go at this. And Jeff Allen here, who is going down one of the back straights. Through Sector 3 he goes. Let's see if he improves upon his time. And he is 5/10 off of his fastest time, 6/10 now. Rounding that corner, he lost a little bit of speed, and he's not picking it back up again. He's going to slowly bleed, but he goes 7th fastest, P7 for Bath Motorsports. And not to be outdone, Jarek Snyder of Nest Motorsports is P8, and he has almost a 2/10 faster pace, but as he rounds that corner, he actually is gaining speed right now. Losing a little bit towards the end there. Is it going to be enough? I don't think so. He needs 2/10 to be faster than Jeff Allen, and I don't think he has it right here. As he goes faster, just not enough. And there's Travis Valdez also going fast, but just quite not capable of getting there with the time. He is now P11. He's dropped down a little bit, and that is a couple drivers pushing ahead. And Josh Willis still in the pit. Maybe he's serving a penalty there. That would be unfortunate, but never know. We have Jacob Otto of Incident Collectors. Haven't seen them in a while, but it looks like hopefully they aren't trying to collect an incident through turn 1. That would be a shame, as we have a lot of these drivers ending their stint during quali. Kerstetter still nowhere able to pick up time as he has crossed the line. Jacob Otto going P16. Riley Manier is out for one more lap, but he's already 3/10 up on his delta positive, so he's definitely not going to be able to improve upon his time. And Stefan Lindauer of Southern Star Motorsports is pushing through. He needs about a 10th to get past Constable Cody Wassam there. It's possible he might do it right here. And there you have it. He does. He's P10. He takes it right from the clutches of Constable Cody Wassam, who was 149.185. And there you have it, folks. We are done with quali. And this is going to be the first race of the doubleheader at Monza. First race is 30 minutes, and the second race is 60 minutes. Announcements. Let's see. Nobody serving a qualifying ban. So I don't know why Josh Willis decided to sit out the back end and not even put himself in a lap. Okay. Well, since we have a little bit of time, about 2 minutes, 34 seconds to go before we start this race. The first race of the GT3 doubleheader here at Monza. We have Riley Manier on the front row in P1 with the Team Adidas Parlay. It's a good look at that livery right there. Then we have Mike Burkhoff of the BRB Club. Car number 72, and he is looking sporty on that front row. Right behind him is Ed Kerstetter of the 949 Sim Racing, as well as part of the Panzer Wallmolder team, as they have adjusted the livery to accommodate this new driver that joined them. This is his second race with Panzer Wallmolder. And then on the, still in the second row, we have Jason Provolone of a team Southern Star Motorsports. And then right behind him is Ollie Raza in that Bentley. with the Penrite. Forget what their team name's called. Then we have Daniel Caslessy right behind his teammate of Southern Star Motorsports, and they are going to have some good position, being one of the few teams that is actually sitting in the top 10 with all 3 drivers. That's impressive. Jeff Allen of the Pfaff Motorsports with that kilt-looking livery right there. He is P8. Then we have Jarek Snyder of Ness Motorsports and P. Jeff Allen was P7. Jarek is P8. And then we have Andrew Pickrell of Flying Lizard Motorsports in P9 with Stefan Lindauer rounding out the top 10 with Southern Star Motorsports. Then we have Constable Cody Wassam of the IDRF team. It looks like he is going to be flying solo as none of his teammates are here with him. And then we have Travis Valdez of Pfaff Motorsports rounding up to P12. Reggie King of Penrite with the Bentley. And then Eric Miller in P15 next to his teammate Aaron Free in P14. So that's good. Great spot for those 2 drivers there. And that's Jacob Otto of Incident Collectors. And it looks like it's a livery that's for the incidents. Chronotis in P17 and Team Adidas Parlay. Then we have Spool, and that's a pretty good looking livery. And then there's Andy Oak of McLaren McLovin Motorsports. Then there's Jose Bravo of Azuri Racing. Then Erica Cassian in P21 with Panzer Wallmolder. Romulus of McLaren McLovin Motorsports. And then we have Santiago Orozco rounding out the top drivers here with Morton Salt. And as we head out on this outlap, as they're going through ending Sector 1, going into Sector 2, it's going to be quite an interesting race with the 3 fastest drivers having put really good qualifying laps in. See where they end up after that first corner there. That first turn 1, Monza, it's world famous. And then there's that chicane as well, and it'll be just truly something to see what ends up happening right there. Hopefully nothing. We really want nothing to happen, but you're never quite sure. It's like a lot of these drivers are respecting the not drive through anybody rule. And it's quite interesting. iRacing, it's damage on through a formation lap, whereas here it's damage not on. So I think I'd prefer to see the damage on. That way these drivers don't try to get too close and get ready for the respectability of going through turn 1, as that's going to be a highly contentious spot. Some of these drivers are trying to warm up their tires. Ali Raza of RHD Racing. That's the team name for them. start to pull a little bit. And one interesting thing to note is that Riley Menier is on the inside of this formation, so he's going to have the advantage over Mike Burkhoff going through turn 1. And it still looks like Josh Willis, who remained in the pit lane. I wonder if he's going to be able to make up some positions. He didn't seem to have a quality ban, so it's anyone's guess as to what actually happened right there and why he has not started this. And it also looks like he's not even in it at all, which might actually be the case, and highly unfortunate.
Green light, green light.
Green, green, green. And here we go. Down the straight, Ed Kerstetter already having a go at him. It looked like Riley Menier was a little bit further out of his box than Mike Burkhoff. And yeah, hope that nothing... Oh, look it. We already have a Southern Star already off the track. That might be Jason Provolone. He's already nicked. Oh, he's hit a lot of those. He's cutting. Oh, there's already damage. A lot of drivers already off. Oh, that is another Southern Star Motorsports down. Spool. Auto. Both McLovin and McLaren Motorsports are trying to get by. That is a lot of damage. Oh, no. And it is refreshing. We are trying to get on underway here. It looks like Riley Menier is still P1. Holding it together. That was not good. And a commercial pops up. That is just unfortunate. What? The timing could never be that good. As we try to jump on board here, what's actually happening with these drivers? Ed Kerstetter goes in on the outside of this corner. Is he going to have enough speed to take him through it before? No, he's not. Definitely try to have something go on there. As we're going to jump aboard Travis Valdez, who is now P8 from P12. Going up against Daniel Castlesky, and it looks like one of the Southern Star Motorsports, but that was Stefan Lindauer that was collected in that turn 1 incident, but it wasn't him that went through. As Jason Provolone holds P4, he is the driver that missed his braking point and has not had to, it's possible he might have to give up his position in the event of a stewarding moment, because he did overtake the entire grid to going through the Ballards there. Oh, and they about touch right here, but he lets him by. That is some scarcity there as Jose Bravo cuts out. Oh, what the heck? Jose Bravo going through the Ballards, completely missing his braking point, and has just ignored turn 1. He already lost a lot of time, though, and he's going to lose it again as Chronotis goes past him, as multiple drivers go past him. I think we're seeing some craziness from some of these drivers. There's Travis Valdez of FAF Motorsports, P7 right now, and he is pushing as Ed Kerstetter is about 4/10 down from Riley Menier. Just a lot of interesting things that have happened through turn 1 so far. Josh Willis has not started this race. That is unfortunate for him. There goes Ali Raza down the inside. And is he going to be able to take it? No, he eats a lot of that curb, but that's a Bentley. He's fully capable of doing so, but he wasn't able to gain some speed and momentum as Travis Valdez maintains a strong defense and keeps him at bay. What a fantastic go at him. And there it is. Ed Kerstetter's not going to let Riley Menier go. He's on the back end of him, and we'll see where he goes with this. It's in the state of the outside. And I don't believe his exit was any better than Riley Meneers, so they're just going to stay very close. But he is 2/10 off of this driver. So we'll pull away ever so slightly. We'll see if he can't have another. No, he itches to see if he can have a go at him, but he doesn't do that. And there's a Monza T1 never fails. That clip is there. Aaron Free trying to have a go at Eric Cassian, who's P12. That is an impressive feat right there. These drivers are all battling side by side as Aaron Free just pushes through that corner and is able to use that speed and continue on through these two curvas. And that is the Flying Lizard Motorsports trying to regain some momentum as they were in the midfield, now pushing really well into the top 10. That's Eric Miller just ahead right there, followed by Chronotis of Team Adidas Parlay, and then Aaron Free, followed by Panzer Wall Motors' Eric Cassian. Yikes. That is... yeah, that shouldn't be the case. Oh, look at that. Doesn't even want the slipstream. He's going to go out on the outside again and try to have another pass at him. Gets right back into the slipstream. That's quite... There's Mike Burkhoff and followed by Jason Provlone, all catching up to this heated defense that Riley Meneer is pulling out there. My gosh. And there's Chronotis trying to make a pass. Oh, what the? Oh, no! Oh, and that is Chronotis sideways as Eric Cassian completely missed his braking marker there, I believe, if I had to guess. And, yeah, I mean, Eric Cassian's now P12. We have Travis Valdez of Fab Motorsports in P8. Oh, you hate to see it. He is 2/10 off of Daniel Castellassi in P7 from Southern Star Motorsports as he goes on the attack. I don't believe he's going to be able to make anything happen right here. We'll see, though. We'll definitely see. He's got the slipstream, but... worse to be it. That's quite the thought there. You hate to see it. It's worse to be it. And Ali Raza on the outside of Andrew Pickrell through that corner. It's not going to make much of it. Don't mess with the boss. Yeah, something could be said. And a lot of these drivers are just going right out of that toe and just not even worrying about a slipstream. They just rather go side by side. I know it's a Bentley down the straightaway against this Porsche. Don't really see it having much of... I mean, it could bully its way as it tries to, and it does. Ali Raza now holds P5. What a fantastic run by that driver. Calculated. And then we have Andy Oak going up against Chronotis, who lost position, unfortunately, through turn one, which is unfortunately what a lot of drivers have lost position to right now. I don't think we can see that it's anything but that, but... And there's a little bump off into the left-hand side. So Chronotis, you know, it's a little bit of rubbing. And there goes Ali Raza and Andrew Pickrell having another go at it. Ooh, that is a little bit of a slide there on the back end from Ali Raza, but he loses that position to Andrew Pickrell, who gains it right back. What a fantastic race by these drivers. They're all within contention of each other. Racer X. I've been in the crashes on both sides. Not fun to be in. It really isn't. It's really not fun. And there we have it. Jarek Snyder of Nest Motorsports is the back end of this long tailwind of drivers. He is only 2/10 off of Travis Valdez, so it'll be one of those ones to remember. Let's see if he's able to do anything right there. Somebody's already clipped that moment for Eric Cassian to look at it later on. And that is good. It's good, good, good. Ali Raza, here he is, trying to do it again. Is it possible for him to get by? They are side by side. He's in the rear view slightly. Oh. And there, it's neck and neck, but unfortunately he is not able to do so. And it looks like we have some of the damage Ballard on the track. That is going to create some debris for these drivers having to maintain a smooth run at it. As Ali Raza is going to have another go. Andrew Pickrell, Whoa, 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 whoa. I must be mistaken. Why that is happening? We have Daniel Kessler just overtaking Ali Raza so effortlessly down that side. These drivers are all really getting close to that bump. And it doesn't make any sense, but I don't remember Andrew Pickrell being P4. Something. The Aston Bop at Monza is atrocious. It will be a miracle if he can pass. Do we have an Aston driver on? Oh, yeah, we do. Jarek Snyder of Nest Motorsports. Yeah. That is he's still holding really strong contention and pace with these drivers that are ahead right here. As we go on board with Daniel Caslessy, who was able to overtake Ali Raza through one of those corners and get close enough to Andrew Pickrell for this fight. I'm almost positive, like 5 minutes ago, Andrew Pickrell was not P4, but I don't even know who would have locked out that was. Oh. Looks like a little clean, a little fairly clean. Let's take a look. He's still got Ali Raza right there on the back end. That is not something you want to be looking at in your rearview mirror while you're trying to fight this driver ahead of you. And there's Ali Raza. He has two people that he has to defend against. And he goes on along the inside. Is he going to be able to maintain this going through? He does. Look at that. Down the inside line. Oh, no! That is Travis Valdez and Stefan. Oh, gosh. And that is another driver trying to make sense of what happened. And that's another Sunstar he almost bumps around with. That is unfortunate. That is Jason Provolone and Daniel Caslessy almost bumped. And that is car number 59 of Daniel Caslessy, who went into the pits. Oh, that is unfortunate. That looked really clean. I think the opportunistic nature of Travis Valdez was a little bit on the gas going through that corner, as we have a Morton Salt having a nap along the left-hand side of that straightaway. Yikes. That's a big shakeup right there, and we'll definitely see what happens. Romulus overtakes Jose Bravo, and that is Stefan Lindauer in P17 also on the attack. What is happening? Racer X, you don't have to be quiet. By all means, keep talking. Rip to the stewards exactly. RIP. They are definitely going to have a field day with one driver still holding a yellow flag out on this event because he is sitting on the side of a straightaway. Now, technically during a yellow flag, you're supposed to slow down and, you know, create some caution, but it doesn't seem to be the case with what's happening on the track right now. There's Stefan Lindauer going along the inside line against Romulus, and he has that nailed, and that is the perfect way to overtake somebody down turn one. mean, there's other ways too. And we can see the broken ballards to affirm that there is other ways. And, yeah, it can happen. Okay, so that fight for 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 all just gone out the window as 3 of those drivers were collected into an incident. And lo and behold, Jarek Snyder was able to miss that entirety of Calamity, and he is now sitting comfortably in P6, only 3.5 seconds off of Ali Raza in P5. With let's get a bat here. Let's see where this is at. We have Jeff Allen battling Eric Cassian for P11. I really want to know what this GT3 question mark you mean Dodgems is. I want to click it, but I'll wait until after the race. Going down the straightaway here, we have Eric Cassian still leading by a little bit. His tires are just a hair above. Let's make sure he hits his braking mark. You don't want to see those teeth bite at another driver. Down this first corner, he's perfect, clean, executed that corner perfectly. He's exited. He's got a lot of speed. Jeff Allen is going to really have to just stay inside that slipstream to maintain close distance, as he is not about 3/10 off. And Ali Raza is also 2/10 off of Andrew Pickrell, as this is one of the most interesting battles that has gone along since the start of this race. Andrew Pickrell picked up a lot of positions off the start, and he is maintaining this. Where am I wrong? I am wrong. Andrew Pickrell was on the 3rd row of flying. He was and then it was Ali Raza. So these drivers have maintained the same position throughout this entire race, swapping a couple times. But there you have it. What an interesting thing. I was totally oblivious to that fact. I must have mistakenly forgot. Well, you know. It's that Jose Bravo of Zuri Racing trying to have a go at Jacob Otto, the incident collectors. It looks like he's not going to be able to make anything happen just yet, but we'll see it. Ali Raza down the straightaway again. Is he able to maintain this pace? And he brakes a little to let him by. Provolone definitely dodged some stuff. I think he did actually tap his teammate, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. Porsche took the out. Yeah, Porsche did take the his own teammate, so the wet sucks. His own teammate and then Snyder's bumper while being in the grass. Okay. Yeah, it looked like there was going to be a little bit of team-on-team damage, and still able to make something happen, as Jeff Allen of Pfaff Motorsports is still trying to have another go at Eric Cassian. This is strong driving, as you can see the Ballards, some of those braking markers are completely gone. Car number 77 of Travis Valdez has gone into the pit. He must have lost control, but he is out of this race. Everybody has an off day. And here we have it. Jeff Allen now moves into 11th place, having lost a driver right there, and that is Aaron Free and Eric Miller of Flying Lizard Motorsports. And what a fantastic run for these drivers. All 3 of them are in the top 10 now. That was the case for the Southern Star Motorsports team, but now that isn't even the case for them, as Stefan Lindauer fights to go to from the just unexplainable start in turn 1 from back, the very back. Now he's P13. That's great news for him. Daniel Cassidy is out of this race as well, and Jason Provone is P7. Yeah. We will continue onward. Ed Kerstetter has not been able to gain any position against Riley Minier, the race leader, who has a best of a 148.1, and he holds the fastest time on track with that. His last was actually the fastest lap. So, look at that. Let's see, going on board with Jeff Allen. Let's see if he's able to make something happen here with Eric Cassian. And again, no slipstream. Opts for just being where he wants to be. A lot of these drivers have been doing that, and I wouldn't really be able to tell you why that would be the case. Oh, he has a really good exit here. That is a lot of speed carry through, and there he goes. Jeff Allen pushing ahead of Eric Cassian, and that's all the room he needs there. And that is Porsche on Porsche violence as he pushes ahead and really gains some speed. There's a lot of Porsches in this race as well. And here we have Jose Bravo, P18, fighting for 17 and 16, it looks like. It looked like Andy Oakes actually a little bit closer to Spool than Jose Bravo is to him. And looks like Andy Oakes going to be 2/10 behind Spool and having to go. Is he going to break that slipstream and go for it? He goes down to the inside line. Look at that, folks. He might actually pull this off in that McLaren. Oh. Oh. I mean, he pulls it off all right, but the other driver didn't join him. And Spool now back into it. Loses 2 positions to that moment. Turn 1 has seen a lot of sacrificial lambs this race. And here we have Eric Miller about 8/10 off of his teammate. Oh, and what happened here? Andrew Pickrell lost his position to Ali Raza. He is now 2/10 back, or 2.5 seconds back. Oh, and he almost misses his... No, it's a little hot going in. Whoa. Right. See Eric Miller following behind his teammate with Andrew Pickrell in 5th, Aaron Free in 8th, and Eric Miller in 9th. That is some really good points for the Flying Lizard Motorsports team. Couldn't hope for anything better than that, as these drivers have had some unlucky events earlier in this series, so it's good to see that they are pushing ahead. And you really wish that the Southern Star Motorsports team could as well. They definitely had great position, all 3 of them being in the top 10, and then it just being the rug swept under them from turn 1. And that is a luck they had definitely shared through the last couple races up until, I'd say, Paul Ricard, where they really pulled back a lot of good positions. Stefan Lindauer getting driver of the day from Paul Ricard as he pulled off some impressive back to front finishes, finishing in P6 and P7, I believe, something like that. Really good nonetheless. And it really is just unfortunate that we have 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go, and Riley Menier holds a really strong pace, pulling off 148 this entire race. His last was 148.8, 9/10 off his fastest lap, which he previously did in the middle of this race. Ed Kersetter's also in the 148s, but just not dropping closer to the floor there towards the 147s. Mike Burkhoff is at a 149.3 of last, and he is 3 seconds off of Ed Kerstetter. And we'll just have another look at this driver's livery as we start to see these gaps form on the race. These, I would say, second long gaps, couple 2-3 second gaps. And, what can we say right now? We have Constable Cody Wassam. Oh, Eric Cassian had a little bit of a slip up right there, as he has lost position to Constable Cody Wassam of the IDRF Motorsports team. And that is Cody going into P11 with Eric Cassian following short with an invalid lap. So he must have just gone off on that curve after the chicane. There's no shortage of things happening on track at any given moment. Sometimes you can't capture them all. While we're at it, let's just take a good look here at what was happening with here. Down the inside line. Oh, no! That is Travis Rodez and Stefan. Oh, gosh. And that is another driver. And that is the GT3 Dodgems. You mean Dodgems? Yeah, and it just looks like they were perfectly fine, and a little bit of a clipping occurred, and that was all he really needed. Right there, that's unfortunate. There's not much you can say about that, other than that it's definitely not ideal. And while I'm at it, I think I can actually do something pretty cool here. And let me just bear with me. I'm going to try to do this real quick. Okay. Yeah, we have, while we're watching on screen, we have Constable Cody Wassam, let's see. No, sorry. That is Jeff Allen, 2/10 off of Eric Miller there, as they are going down the straightaway. Is he going to be able to make something happen right here? Let's just take a look and see. I hope somebody in chat can fill me in on why none of these drivers are pulling in behind the other driver to get that toe, to stay inside that good air. They're punching a hole for them, and they're all jumping out of it. And I would see if you're trying to, gain some speed while being behind the driver and then push ahead for, that overtake, but they're not doing it, and you hardly see it down the straightaways, and it just doesn't make any sense. While we're watching this, I'm just gonna just pop this open on screen and see how this works. All right, we can totally see where we're at here. They were clean going through this, but the moment Daniel Casillas, he's going to turn further. I don't believe Travis Valdez has the moment to do so. Oh, and there you have it right there. It's a quick second, and it could be even server issue where like it looked like they touched hard when it. Yeah, you're really unsure, but like look at that synchronized motion to go off into that wall, and there you have it. As Ness Motorsports takes out both of those braking markers, and then having to dodge two drivers, he's able to get by, and there you have it. It doesn't seem quite natural how they hit. Upon further review, if we were to look at the replay, we might see them closer together and then see the incident where they were like really at it. I would really think that there's probably some speed being carried in that event. So we have Jarek Snyder on the back heels of Andrew Pickrell. As this race is coming to a close, we have the race winners going through Sector 2, or Sector 3. But it doesn't look like it's over just yet, as Romulus overtakes Eric Cassian for P13, and that is some good points for the McLovin McLaren Motorsports team. Jarek Snyder's 2/10 off. Ping problems, maybe? I would believe that is a server-client issue, if there was ever one. If we go back and look at the replay, and it looks like they barely even touch. Oh, there you have it. Riley Menier finishes as the first round of the doubleheader here. Riley Menier is the race winner for Team Adidas Parlay with Ed Kerstetter in P2, Mike Burkhoff in P3, Ollie Rosberg rounding the corner in P4. He's going to be able to maintain that. Andrew Pickerel fighting to stay above Jarek Snyder with only a 10th differentiating these drivers as they're going down this line. He picks it up. P5 for him, P6 for Jarek Snyder, P7 for Jason Provolone, and Aaron Free rounding the corner. He's going to be P8. And there's Jeff Allen and Eric Miller as they're going down this final curve onto the straightaway. They are neck and neck. Who's going to take it? It's so close. Oh, but there you have it. Eric Miller barely pulls off P9 against Jeff Allen as they are done racing. That was close. There you have Constable Cody Wassam rounding out to P11 with Stefan Lindauer in P12. Eric Cassian's going to take... what? He's going to take a lot of positions down for having dropped into the pit lane before finishing the race. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what was happening there. As Chronotis takes P13 and does a little bit of a celebration, and Jose Bravo going across the line at P14. Eric Cassian's at P15, lost 3 positions. Actually, he's going to lose a little bit more because people are still crossing the line. That is Jose Bravo, 14, Jacob Otto in 15, Reggie King in 16, Eric Cassian in 17, Romulus 18, Oak 19, Josh Willis didn't race. It's really up in the air for sim racing, I'd say. Ping problems? Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it as we have Riley Menier, Ed Kerstetter, and Mike Burkhoff. Let's see if any of these drivers will want to talk to me. Riley Menier, first of all, congratulations on a fantastic race. It must have been nail-biting at the start, but you really pulled away, and you pulled some good pace, and it didn't look like anyone was anywhere near you. You had the fastest lap of the race, so that's even more impressive. When did you feel more comfortable?
Definitely at the end. Ed was right on me the entire time. Well done to him. He was really holding pace with me. I was just able to kind of keep with him, or kind of keep him at bay the entire time. And if he was kind of pulling to my outside, I felt like the Ferrari had a little more pace on the straights. And then as I started to get more comfortable, I felt like I was pulling away from him. And he might have made a mistake or two. I don't know. But I mean, pulled away. As soon as I got into about the 2 second range, that's when I felt my most comfortable, and then didn't look back.
Well, I mean, all I gotta say is that was fantastic. I know it was nail biting because he was 2 tenths through those maybe 8 laps or so. I have to say like 5 to 8 laps, and it was impressive that he was continuing to stay so close. But at some point, your comfortability with the car just took off, and you were able to maintain a good distance. Is there anything you're going to take away from this race going into race two?
Do the same thing. Qualify well. The car felt really, really strong. So if I can just keep that pace for all 60 minutes of next race, then it's all that matters. I think I'll be able to put the car on pole again. It feels good enough to do so. Uh, yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully I can make it stick.
Well, all I got to say is congratulations. I was a fantastic race for you. Overall, you stuck it in there. You made a clean go through turn one, and now you're going to be going into this next race. It's got to feel really good.
Yeah, it does. I'm excited. Thank you.
Yep. Take care. And that is the end of the race one, as we will go into a free practice for 10 minutes. So stay with us. Let's see if we can't. Oh, if I go into replay, I shouldn't have done that. It's just gonna kick me out of it in a second. I believe I made a mistake, everybody. Yeah, I'll quit that. I'm going to quit the track as it's free practice, and it looks like none of the other drivers decided to join me to talk about the race. But why don't we take a good look at what happened here earlier? So we have put teeth in the front of Porca, and it's going to munch some. That's a great clip by CPK 47 as it is an yes, some things happen there, and then we have a lot of incidents that occurred through turn one. So let's just go ahead and review that real quick while we wait here. Let's see, race Monza. This would almost be a good moment to ask the man himself what happened with his braking marker, as he put it in to Team Adidas parlay. But I mean, he's sitting next to another driver. I'll just let them be for now. Let's just take a look at the replays. We'll start with turn one and see what ended up happening there. As you know, I try to get a good look with that helo cam. Take a look at anything that was happening there. But we'll just go to HUD and map one. Okay, so okay. So already we have some issues happening here, and it starts to the left of me. If you're paying attention, they are about to be. So there's 2 wide right there. These almost go 3 wide. That right there is the issue at hand. That's what sent Daniel Caslassie. No. This is car number 59 of Daniel Kaslassi. Okay, yeah. That doesn't make sense. That's Ali Raza. Oh, Jeff Allen's ahead of him. So Jeff Allen gets tapped right there, loses it a little bit, and that's why he ends up going through that completely. That's Daniel Kaslassi doing that. Jason Provolone was P4, and he holds that just fine. Now, where do we actually lose people? Because, look at that. That's where we lose it all. And that is, I'll just speed this up a little bit. That is unfortunate for that driver, as you can tell. He's having some struggles going through that. But then we have pretty clean 2 wide entries from the top 5 drivers. And then you have the mistake. They are 3 wide through turn 1. And that is Andrew Pickrell, Jeff Allen, and Travis Valdez. If I had a guess, that's car number 10, 77, and 33. Yes, so that is Andrew Pickrell, Travis Valdez, and Jeff Allen in P7. So this was pretty ambitious. At the starting lineup, Travis Valdez is P12, and now he's P8 right now. He has jumped the line through this start. And there's and that is Jeff Allen who taps Travis, his own teammate, as they tap again, and that is Lindauer in P10 who's getting spun because he hit Jeff Allen. Travis Valdez is able to recover, but that's Constable Cody Wassam getting hit by Reggie King, and then Chronotis hitting Reggie King, and then there's the vortex of danger. And then you just have a multitude of incidences. Flying Lizard gets hit. Jose Bravo gets hit by Eric Cassian. Because there's just nowhere to go. And then there's Romulus hitting Chronotis. And then the incident collectors of Jacob Otto also getting hit again. Everybody trying to get through this. And then you have a little bit more things happen right here where some of them don't even look at Santiago Orozco just goes through that all, I believe. And he's just, I'm not going to try to get bent out of shape by that, as these drivers really get punished for that first lap incident. Now, where would we go to see Travis Valdez? He is P7 or P8, so he's getting close to let's just get on him. Yeah, this Beachley, I hope the stewards have PTO time. This is going to be quite the kerfluffle of events when it comes down to it. There's already the damage. That's Jason Provolone ahead, Travis Valdez. So it must have happened earlier. Let's see. Daniel Kaslassi in P6. Okay. So we have... I sense a disturbance in the force, and that force is right here. All right, let's take a look. We knew that these drivers through that clip, thank you, CPK47, for making that clip, that something happened right here. But what really happened? Because on screen it looked like they bumped right here, and that's what sent them both in. And that could just be the server side issue. But going back to the replay, ooh, that front end is eating the back end of Daniel Kaslassi, and he may not even know fully that this driver was right there, or he does, and he can't do anything besides go further out slightly. That would have been the guess, but I mean, you really can't. And it's so quick, but they tap ever so slightly, and they both end up going. Now, the trouble is what happens next. Whoa, here. It's like a game of like a classical music playing with really bad accident music. As you see that Ness Motorsports avoids it completely, but just punts that 50 marker on the braking point. And then these drivers trying to recover, and it looks like Travis Valdez is about to. And while Daniel Castelli wants to, probably in voice comms is that, don't hit me, don't hit me. He slides off track, able to push ahead, dodge Travis Valdez, and keep continuing this race. And that is unfortunate. So there was another moment that happened. Let's see. It's Eric Cassian here. Cornotis is ahead of him. Okay. Now, this might be better in cockpit. We see he's got speed. There's the 150. He's still got speed. He starts braking probably at the 125, 130, I think. Take a look. So there he is. Let's see. He's on the brakes at 150. He's downshifting, but he's still carrying 120. He's not even close to getting there. 80 kilometers an hour when he hits that driver. And he can see that's unfortunate for him, as he is going to be unable to recover quickly from that. And there you have it. That was the some of the replays. One's clipped by the stream. Go back into this race and see if they have not already started quali. I kind of hope they have, because that'd be kind of nice. Get right into things. Well, based on that first race, oh, look at that. Qualifying just started. Look at me getting that all put together. And give me 1 second here. Let's see. We have a driver already out. Yes. So the Wet Sox, it kind of seems that Valdez hit Castelli because Castelli was on the outside line and had to slow down, whereas Valdez was still on the racing line. Though behind, still takes the corner at race pace speed, but that momentum will take him to the outside of the turn where Castelli is, who is slowing down because he's battling on the outside. This would explain why Valdez pit maneuvered Kaslassi. You do have the names right. Kaslassi was orange, and Valdez was red. And I would agree with that assessment that he was really just trying to he was just trying to had those drivers not been there, he would have pushed off a really impressive sector 2 time, because he's acting like those drivers can probably around him. But when you're battling and you're behind 2 people, you have to really be mindful. You can't take that at race pace when you know that these 2 drivers are neck and neck, quite possibly in the vortex of danger. Possibly, I'm not sure where Kaslassi's focus was in that corner. He might not have known Travis Valdez was on that inside line, about to send it through, trying to, because it would pull him wide, like what we're going to see probably right here is Riley Meneer's about to really take this on the inside line. He's gassing it, and this, perfect. This would be the perfect example of him going through that corner at a speed of which allows when a driver doesn't have anybody ahead of him, and why it's unfortunate for that to end the way it did. And we have Ed Kerstetter has been sitting out through qualifying, as we have our race leads. This is the flyer lap for Riley Meneer. He's really pushing. We'll definitely see very soon where he comes across. As we have Jarek Snyder of Nest Motorsports with a 148.7. Stefan Lindauer with 148.8. It looks like the 148.9. Riley Meneer does not go fastest. He is only P3. That's unfortunate. He definitely will be bringing that pace that we'll see from a driver that is worthy of pole position. Pulling up race control real quick. Just going to show you some of the different things that are happening right now on screen. We have Ali Raza pulling up a 148.5. He is P1, provisional pole, but he's not going faster. That red plus sign with the number going up is their net positive on their best time. It needs to be in the green for the net negative, like Jeff Allen of Pfaff Motorsports, 0.3 negative off his best time. That is where he wants to be. He wants to be further along that. It's Riley Meneer's already 0.4 off of his best time. Ed Kerstetter jumps out and is going to be starting his out lap, so that's good to see that that driver is out there. Exactly. Would have been a great corner if not 2 drivers right in front of him. Absolutely. That's how I see it. With Jeff Allen getting 0.3, almost 0.4 faster, he's at a 149.4, so it's only going to drop him a 148, and not enough to put him in the top 3. But who knows? Stefan Lindauer of Southern Star Motorsports goes 3rd fastest with a 148.8. So Jeff Allen goes across, only holds P6. And when I joined, I forgot to switch this over, so we'll just pop that back. It's the broadcast mode. And through Sector 2, this driver, who is now 4th fastest, Riley Meneer, actually comes across the line, and he is 148 flat. Just a couple hundredths of that flat, but nonetheless, what a fantastic time for him. Ali Raza and Mike Burkhoff hold the fastest Sector 1 time with a 35.322. Now, that is impressive on its own. Those purple means the best. Ed is still here. Ed was he finished the race at P2. He is on an out lap, or actually this is his flyer lap, so why don't we just go on board with this driver and take a look at that, as we will not know where his position is going to be because he has yet to set a lap with 3 minutes left in qualifying to go. And while we're at it, we'll just pull off race control because I think we've seen enough, seen a lot of statistics. And that goes Mike Burkhoff into the pit lane. Hopefully, if he pops back out, he's going to do so before the qualifying ends. Is this PC? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it was quali. Oh, yeah, this is just quali. We're starting off the second round of this doubleheader here at Monza. Just 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to quali, and then we'll go back into the race. We'll start this race. Yes, it is PC. I forget that there's a console version of this. Oh, and look at that Ed Setter going through the S's. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh! Oh, you... I hope... Oh, no. You know... This is one of those moments, the drivers need at least a minute and 50 seconds to get through and set a lap, or to get to the next one. There's no way he's going to be able to set a valid lap, and Ed Kerstetter is definitely going to be starting from the back of the grid. That is qualifying ended for Ed Kerstetter, as we have just a series of unfortunate events. He was sitting on the front row in P2 and is definitely going to be fighting his way to P1. And there goes Eric Miller, about 7/10 faster than his last time with a 151.2. He goes across the line and only holds P12. Look at that. He's 150.5. Sending it in there. And let's just drop this up a little bit. Another driver is Constable Cody Wassam as he goes up through that last sector. Okay. We all know what happens in turn 1. And it looks like Cody Wassam is going to be able to push ahead for one last lap. So will car number 82 if he's fast. Let's see who car number 82 is. It's Provolone. Oh no, Constable Cody Wassam goes 6th fastest and he drops off into the pit lane. Provolone crosses the line and he's the first to finish, unfortunately. He goes 6th fastest, pushing Constable Cody Wassam to 7th place. The last driver that has came across was car number 33, but he has an incident and he is dropped into the pit lane. Oh, that's unfortunate. Car number 30 of Ali Raza. He's and Ali Raza pulls off the side. It looks like he's done. We're seeing a lot of people quit while they still have the chance to go ahead. We have Chronotis pushing ahead. Should be a lot more 47s on PC. Yeah, like CPK said, 47 is a good time, not easy to get. Especially, you know, this car, some of these cars are better suited for Monza. It also depends on like the setup of the driver. Anything can happen, especially since most of the drivers here have been setting, I said the top 5 could set a 147, but just race pace has been a 148. And that is Riley Menier, the last driver to go across and finish this out. We are out of quali. And we'll definitely be starting this this race. The session has ended, and we are going on to this hour-long race at Monza. I'll be quite the feat. Oh, and the drivers here will have to pit for a mandatory pit stop. So we'll definitely see some things happening here. Look at this. Team Adidas Parlay. Riley Munir's not going to have to worry about Ed Kerstetter as he has to start from the back of the grid, not having set a lap. And that is Ali Raza of the RHD Racing in the Penrite livery. P2. So Mike Burkhoff is P3 in the BRB Club. Let's take a good look at that livery. And then we have Nest Motorsports of Jarek Snyder. That really interesting Google livery. And then 2 Southern Star Motorsports. That is the Bass Pro Shops. Let me just get a good look at that. Lovely livery. These 2 running in the Lexus 82 and number 2. Stefan Lindauer in Jason Provolone in 5 and 6, respectively. And that is Constable Cody Wasserman, the IDRF. Just getting a good look at this livery as it has some flair to it. You can clearly see the sun just hit it in a beautiful way. And then there's Pfaff Motorsports of Jeff Allen in P8. I did a little bit of goosing on this one, so you can definitely see some finer details for the Tracklicious Sim Racer. And then there's Andrew Pickrell, car number 33 of Flying Lizard Motorsports. Probably get a better look at that since we have 1:30 left to go. You can see that all 3 of the Flying Lizards are sitting right there. And look at that. All 3 of the Panzer wall molders are also on here. That's the 949 Sim Racing combo logo. And there you have it. That is Josh Willis sitting here in P15. Ed Kerstetter in P16. And then Erica Cassian in P14. Now, if you told me before the start of this race that was going to be the lineup for these drivers, I would have said you're lying to me. But there you have it. There's the setup, and there's the drivers. And that rounds it out. Ooh, for getting 1 driver, 2 drivers. That's the RHD Racing of Penrite. Reggie King. Nice livery there. And then the Team Adidas Parlay of Chronotis. Right there on the side. And those crowns and stars are for the wins he wants to get. Plans to get? Has? Maybe he has them. Okay. We're almost to go time. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I was missing the chat a little bit. Console runs 2 to 3 seconds slower on PC. Just saying. Not in this case, clearly. A 1.47 is about right for this track if you're a fast driver. There might be other tracks where the difference is greater, but that's where it is right now for Monza on PC. Maybe Aliens hit 46s. Yeah, the time set. These time sets should make for a good race. This race is going to be very close. Not only is it going to be close, but we're going to see some... Josh Willis did not start this race. He is in the pit lane. That's unfortunate. We have Ed Kerstetter, who finished P2. He's been along the 2/10 off of Riley Munir through these races, through the races that he started. He's also just an alien on track and a really fast-paced driver, not only the GT3 series, but in the GT4 series as well, where he races with Carbon and Carter and Danny Bazin, I should say. And so and they're the Area 52 team, and their times set on track for the GT4 tracks that we've gone to are all alien. They are truly in a league of their own. And Ed Kerstetter being in P16, he's going to have to fight through a lot of this. And I foresee him being able to make up a lot of these positions. As we know the pace of Kerstetter, he's a low 158, 157 driver. So I think he just needs to get a good, clean exit through turn 1 and just push through. This is a full formation lap that we're going down, so they're exiting Sector 1 into Sector 2. And this is just the way this series goes. Kohal, welcome. Nice to see you. Is that the O / supposed to be an 07? Like a salute? I think that's what that is. Thanks for joining us. We're about to start this race. That seemed a little odd, didn't it? It's a weird track cam. It's a beautiful view, but oh, a wave. Dude, it's so close to the other one. And there's our race leader going through this final sector. The suspense is palpable as we have hopefully a good race for what is to come of this. Turn 1 had some unfortunateness that occurred of last, and we could only hope that the Southern Stars get out of the Turn 1 safely, because they have really had some bad races, bad luck through the series. Manier's going to walk away if he clears T1. You know, Upset, I would say not wrong, but anything's possible. Ollie Ross is a really fast-paced driver. Mike Burkhoff didn't really show that he... Oh, we're at green. We'll just definitely see what ends up happening here, as none of the drivers have drive-through penalties. That's a good start. Looks like Jarek Snyder is way out of his box because he is already pulled back to P5. That is unfortunate for him off the start of this race as they go through this first corner. Is it going to be clean? Clean so far. Oh, there's a little bit of a tap right there, but they are still good as they maneuver their way through. That is a perfect send-off. And still pushing ahead. It's going to be quite the shake-up. It's going to take me just a second to maneuver this. Oh, it looked like Reggie King almost got into a contact with one of those drivers. And there is Ed Kerstetter already pulling off P11. And we'll just go on board with him now. Don't be upsetty. Eat some spaghetti. Mr. Shy Guy with a really great comment there. Jeff Allen's 1/10 off Constable Cody Wassam, as well as Ed Kerstetter 1/10 off of him. Look at that. Chronotis is going to try to have a go at Ed Kerstetter from the back end there, but is not going to make it happen. That is Jeff Allen being passed by Constable Cody Wassam down. Oh, they're close. That is Eric Miller, I should say, in the Flying Lizard Motorsports to the left. Jeff Allen directly ahead of Ed Kerstetter, and that is Constable Cody Wassam going ahead in the RDRF purple livery, going on the inside line, passes him, and look at Ed Kerstetter. He's going to have a go at him too. Look at him go. They got some pace, and he takes it through this straightaway. Eric Miller's going to have to defend against two drivers who really want that position. And there goes Chronotis down the inside line, overtaking Aaron Free. Oh, and that is close. He has it. Ed Kerstetter goes P10. Chronotis going P12, but missing it slightly. Now he's back. He's down the grid. Now he's P14 almost. Depends on what happens here with Reggie King. And that's Jason Provolone getting a little bit of a toe, pushing down the side here as they're going through this first corner. And it looks like we're in that race, CPK. Coasty is... No, Kerstetter. Coasty, he had... oh, look at that. Travis Valdez... Cody Wassam, a little wide through that corner. He's invalidated his lap, but he's still going to push ahead as we have Jason Provolone. Oh, I can't tell what's better. Oh, takes a late break and continues to push ahead. That is Ed Kerstetter making his point known. He is going to get ahead, and he is P9. He's on the attack. He's not going to let anything stop him. He is going to get to P2 if he can, P1. And that is Provolone just ahead, but we'll stay on this for now. It looks like Kerstetter is going to try to make some moves through all of these drivers in some Porsche fights. We got a Ferrari ahead right there. That is Constable Cody Wassam getting the same exit as Ed Kerstetter, so we're not going to see anything happen there. Just ahead of him is Jason Provolone, who's fighting Andrew Pickrell for P6. They're both 2/10 off each other. It's hard to say who's going to overtake who first. Oh! Whoa! Right there! Just a little bit of a bump, and that gives all the room for Ed Kerstetter to pull ahead. He is now P8, pushing ahead. His pace is strong. We have Riley Manier, the race leader, with a 1.2-second gap from P2. His last lap was a 1:49.9. Ed Kerstetter's was 1:51.0. Ooh. And there's Provolone off to the side. Oh, no! That is Andrew Pickrell also off. There was no contact made there, folks. That is just an unfortunate mishap. Oh! What the heck? Andrew Pickrell lost his I can't tell what's happening there. There goes Chronotis down the inside line of Erica Cassian. And that is Provolone all the way in the back of the pack. Ah, that's unfortunate. He was in the contention for P6, P7, and he is down to P15. It's truly unfortunate. There's Chronotis overtaking Erica Cassian down the turn 1. What a good move was done there. Ed Kerstetter is 3 seconds off of Stefan Lindauer, so it's going to be a while before he pulls ahead. We have Eric Miller and Aaron Free of Flying Lizard Motorsports working as a team, pushing ahead. They have only one driver ahead of them that they're worried about, and that is Jeff Allen. And that is 4 cars in a row that are neck and neck, really pulling towards each other. Actually, 5 cars now. Yeah, it was just slightly out of scope, so I was unable to determine what happened, but it looked like Andrew Pickrell lost it and through that first corner on the left, through the S's, and it also messed up Provolone's chances on braking. No contact made through the racing incidences. So it says, so I don't think anything happened right there. That was alarming. Let's just go on cam right now. We can see Eric Miller not really battling his teammate, but definitely has to worry about him as you're racing your own race, but you're also trying to maintain good pace ahead of your teammates. Whoa, look at that. Whoa, whoa. And these two drivers kiss. That is unfortunate for the Flying Lizard Motorsports team, who have tapped each other going through turn 1. Now Eric Miller is saying hi to his teammate that is next to him, and that is Andrew Pickerel. And they are now P13 and 14. And that is not something you want to see happen with teammates. And sometimes it does. Ed Kerstetter making up some good pace as he is faster than the driver ahead of him by a full second, so we'll definitely see him get up in there shortly. He is not faster than Riley Manier, though, unfortunately, and he is 13 seconds off the race lead. Jeff Allen of Pfaff Motorsports is about 4/10 off of Constable Cody Wassum, as he is going to try to have a go. Let's see how he does here. He lost a lot of speed slowing down in that moment. And on board with Eric Cassian, who's in P14, went really wide right there through that corner, turn 1, making some space for Eric Miller, who he was almost about to pass. That was a very close corner for him, trying to make that up. It's unfortunate he loses a little bit of time to that, as we have Aaron Free, P10, going up against Chronotis. Let's see how he does here. And he's just too far off to make anything happen right there through the S's. But it's really about the exit he gets here. And on board with Jeff Allen, who's just a 10th off of Constable Cody Wassum, as he carries some more speed this time around the curve going into this straight. Not enough. Jarek Snyder of Ness Motorsports is right behind Stefan Lindauer, who's holding a really strong position. This is some great points for the Southern Star Motorsports team, as they definitely chase the top 3 for the team championship. And just a little bit of a breakaway away. This Aston Martin is very comfortable to drive, but definitely has its moments. And not just a little too far. Look at this. Through Curva Grande, they go. Aaron Free, P10 on the attack. He's close enough to make something happen here on Chronotis. Is he going to do it, though? He does not, but just waiting for a moment for this driver to slip up is at any point. He's got a really strong exit there. And it looks like Chronotis is just trying to defend. Ed is losing time to P5. There's no incident reported with with Ed. Car number 17 of Eric Miller and car number 8. The only damage that's occurred was the Flying Lizard Motorsports team. Wow, look at this. This is Mike Burkhoff of the BRB Club having a go at Ali Raza, this Bentley, as they go through turn 1. We'll see who's going to have the advantage here. Ed is losing a little bit of time. Actually, he's really hard to say, because he was 17 seconds down from the race lead. Now he's 16 seconds, but he's about 4.5 seconds off of P5, which he has been. He hasn't really gained on that driver, even though he's a second faster than the driver ahead of him. Yeah, it's really difficult to say. Aaron Free possibly can. Nope, doesn't make it happen there. On the outside. Whoa, look at this. That is Andrew Pickrell saying hi, and they are all really close. Oh, if you're looking at the overall, yeah, it might say that on the overall, the real-time tracking doesn't really say that he's now he's 3 seconds off of P5 at Kerstetter is, as we have Andrew Pickrell, Aaron Free, Chronotis all in contention. Oh no, he just hit his teammate, and that is Andrew Pickrell. They are side by side, going for P2 right now. This is Mike Burkhoff and the BRB team. You hate to see it, but the Flying Blizzard Motorsports really need to have a talk with each other. Oh, and that is the unfortunateness of Ali Raza's positioning. Mike Burkhoff cleanly goes into P2 through turn 1, but that's not going to be in. Ali Raza is definitely going to make up that pace and come back at him, as we have Eric Miller in P13 going up against Jason Provolone previously in P6. Also Eric Miller previously in the top 10, as we have Eric Cassian ahead of him by P11 in that purple Panzer Wallmolder. Eric Cassian just says no thanks to that corner, and he pushes on, and he's going to stay on the outside. He's going to lose a lot of speed, though. It's possible he ends up losing out. There he goes to Jason Provolone, now taking P11, and Eric Miller also ahead of him. And as for the Battle of the Erics go, Eric Miller's ahead of Eric Gucassian as they go through this chicane. And there you have it. And CPK, looking closely, we can see Ed Kerser is actually 2.3 seconds off of P5 now. So it's a better position for him to be in. Aaron Free, now almost side by side, pulls back in on Chronotis. Okay. Ali Raza has not given up this position lightly. He is on the attack, staying inside that toe. He's going to have a go. And very shortly, looks like Mike Burkhoff's doing the smart thing by taking the inside line through turn 1. It's just Ali Raza doesn't have enough speed to pull him ahead right there. That would definitely be a racing incident for sure, or an incident like the Max Verstappen Hamilton one. Ugh, that was a little ugly. On board with Ali Raza as he goes through this chicane. Follows a really good line here. Let's see if he's maintaining pace. He's about 0.4 off, but it's not enough. Ed Kerstetter is now down to a 1.8 second gap from Jarek Snyder. Aaron Free through the chicane. He's 1/10 off of Chronotis. We'll jump back to this fight as they are 0.3 off. I don't believe he's going to be able to make a move until the after the S's. Here's Ollie Raza back on board as he's maintaining a close grasp to this driver ahead of him, Mike Burkhoff. Will he make it happen as we go this final corner? He's carrying good speed, but not enough to pull in and reel him in there. And there you have it. He's getting close, and the Enduro is next weekend. Actually, it's probably closer than you think, actually. Give me a minute here, and I'll pull it up. As we have a very tense battle happening here with Ollie Raza and Stefan Lindauer. Sorry, Ollie Raza and Mike Burkhoff. Oof. With Stefan Lindauer in the back. You can see him very shortly in that orange Sunstar livery. He is catching up. All right. And for the viewers at home here, briefly on screen, we can take a look and see that we have a endurance coming up. And it's going to be November 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern for the qualifying start at Bathurst, or Mount Panorama, as some might say. 4-hour event, driver swap initiated, at least 2 drivers necessary for each team. It's going to be a pretty big one. This is a multi-class event, so we're going to have GT3 and GT4 going on, so that's going to be pretty insane to see. The last one at Laguna Seca was absolutely incredible. So it's a must watch. Okay, we have Ed Kerstetter here. Just gonna pull that down a little bit. We'll jump back to that shortly. As we have Ed Kerstetter, who is now only 1/10 off of this driver. Down the straightaway they go. Oh, awesome, Mr. Shy Guy. You're going to be able to go at it with another driver. I mean, 4 hours is a long time to sit by yourself. At least if you have a teammate, you can kind of go over strategy as you see one driver go ahead. And it's going to be a lot of fun, though, because you got GT3 drivers and GT4 drivers. They try to split up the classes so that it's mixed evenly. And the Laguna Seca event went off without a hitch, hosted by the 949 Sim Racing on the Twitch live. Or actually, was it live by Trackalicious? I think it was actually live by Trackalicious with a few... who was... Whelp Cakes was the commentator, and Erica Cassian as well, the commentators for that event. So good job there. And while I've been talking, Ed Kerstetter masterfully goes past Jarek Snyder there through that first sector. Amazing in VR. Everything in VR as far as these tracks go is fun. I think Brands Hatch is really, really fun, as well as Spa, but just where I believe, some of those things are. Aaron Free is only about 6/10 off of Chronotis here, as he pushes still battling this driver, trying to get back into a better position. Some unfortunate events have occurred for the Flying Lizard Motorsports team this race, and hopefully they won't take that into the next race. And with that said, just briefly, I'm going to pop this back on screen. Anyone that's wondering, we got the December 11th Silverstone 8-hour endurance race, and that starts at 12 p.m. Eastern for the qualifying. And that should be a really fantastic race. 8-hour endurance. I wonder how that commentary is going to go. I'm not sure if I might join you guys on the November 13th or the December 11th one, but if I can, I will. Just depends on how awake I am, I guess, at that hour. Those remember, I'm on Pacific Standard Time, so those are ungodly hours for me to be up at that time. As we see, Aaron Free is still not closing the gap. He's only 5/10 off of this driver. Night racing in night racing in VR is great. I mean, the weather system in Automobilista 2 is absolutely insane. It's one of my favorite things to do is go to Spa in the rain and race on that. Ooh, look at him. He has 2/10 off this driver. Let's get on board here and see what's happening. AOR is the same day. What's the AOR? Yeah, you know, the 9for9 sim racing is going to be fantastic. And while we are at it, this isn't blocking anyone's view, but we have the 9for9 Dusk Till Dawn. That series is going to be starting. I believe it qualifying for the GT3 is October 28th to the November 11th. It starts on the 11th, and division race is the 11th. 8 rounds. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just before our races at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So after you watch their races, you could actually just jump on and watch our races right after, because they broadcast it live by Whelp Cakes. And that is going to be the Dusk Till Dawn. So races at dusk till dawn, or dawn till dusk. It's going to be crazy. So definitely go check that out at 9for9.racing and register with them. As well as you can, you see Aaron Free is opted right there to, yikes, he didn't have a good turn 1, that's for sure. So he's going to lose a lot of time to the driver ahead of him. But anyway, this is the 4th season in 2021 for 9for9 Sim Racing. They are an affiliate sim racing team. So if you want to just go to their channel to find out all the information, as well as join their Discord, some of their drivers are in our series, and I think some of our drivers are going to be in their series. So definitely go check it out, as we are dual hosting the mixed class endurance driver swap series. So if you see one, go see the other. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let's get back at it. We have Aaron Free, who was on the attack, made a mistake. That opened the gate for Jason Provolone to get into the second margin. He is 8/10 off of this driver. Apex Online Racing. That's the final endurance championship. Bathurst at the same time as the AR. Sorry, Silverstone. Nope, 9for9. X Track is next weekend. ORs is in 2 weeks. So maybe you'll be able to join it. If I think that's what I'm hearing correctly. 2/10 off of the driver ahead of him, of Aaron Free. He's got to keep this driver behind him. He's going to go down the inside line going into the chicane. No, he doesn't. He pulls back. But Jason Provolone doesn't try to capitalize on that, but he has a better exit. Whoa, and they go a little bit too close, but it doesn't matter. That driver is going to have the inside line down this next corner, but he's not there yet, so he doesn't take that position from him, although Aaron Free goes a little wide right there, and we'll see if he can't make up that pace. Whoa. It's unfortunate these drivers don't have screen tear-offs like Formula 1 drivers do. Oh. As I say that, the dirt gets cleaner. Or the windshield gets cleaner. No, it's still dirty. Just dependent on the lighting, I guess. And there you have a really good move. Aaron Free went a little wide right there. and he invalidated his lap, and Provolone stayed pretty tight to that corner, and he is pushed ahead and now holds P10. That is a good thing that is happening there for the Southern Star Motorsports, is now they have a driver in 4th and in 10th. Really getting in there with some good points. As everything starts to spread slightly. Aaron Free is still 7/10 off of Jason Provolone. Ed Kerstedter's only 1.4 seconds off of Stefan Lindauer, so that's going to be a very impressive pace for this driver. As far as Ed Kerstetter is 17.4 seconds away from the race leader. He was about 15 seconds away from him. He's pulling in the same times. All drivers from P1 to P5 are pulling in 159s. And sorry, P1 through 7 are pulling in 159s. And even technically P10 of Jason Provolone. But the pace, it's not... He's a 10th off of him, so he's Kerstetter's slightly faster through the last lap against Riley Manier, but Riley Manier is going to be holding this. It's only 6 hours. Imola. That's going to be a long Imola. And here we are on Cam with Ed Kerstetter. He is now only 8/10 away from this driver. Let's see if we can't snag a little.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
And halfway through this race, anything can still happen. Not a single car behind him in sights. Let's just see if he makes it up right here. Now Stefan Lindauer is going to have to drive a little defensively as he has Ed Kerstetter, an alien from 949 Sim Racing, on his back in a Porsche. That is Alexis' first Porsche battle. I don't know if he wants to be in this battle right now. He had a very consistent race. He's been P4 for a lot of this race. And I just hope he can maintain the stability of his car if anything happens through the S's or further. It is getting close. That driver was within a braking distance. It could have been a slight accident. I was figuring something might happen. That's why I went slightly outside the angle there to see if anything would happen. They are getting close. This battle is gonna happen. Ed Kerstetter fighting for P4. Stefan Lindauer defending P4 as they go through the Curva Grande. Anything could happen before the chicane. He takes the outside line. Lindauer is definitely defending here. Oh, you can see the speed Kerstetter has. And this is the moment. down this back straightaway to the final corner and back onto the start straight. Is there anything that's going to happen between these drivers? Are you going to try to make something happen before turn 1? You never know. It's heating up, though. You can feel the tension right now. That Lexus is palpable with, defense. He's staying on the right-hand side. Doesn't want him to give him the right-hand side. As he pulls away to the left, Ed Kersetter's going to stay behind that to get that toe. But is he going to pull? Oh, no. There is a car off ahead. Now he is side by side. Does he maintain this, though? He's pushing ahead through this corner, through the Curva Grande. Is he going to be able to take him through the chicane? He doesn't have the inside line for the chicane, but they are about neck and neck for it. Who's going to go in top right here? Stefan Lindauer is able to maintain P3 right now. Oh, they touch a little. Oh, they touch a little bit more. And he jumps away from that. He doesn't want anything to do with that. And he dies slightly to this driver. And he's going to pull ahead. We have, while this battle was happening, Mike Burkhoff, holding P2, went into the pit lane to serve his mandatory pit stop. So those still wondering, the undercut is available, and I believe Mike Burkhoff just started it. I believe he's going to be the first driver to have gone into the pit lane to see if he can't make up some time and some clean air. Stefan Lindauer doesn't want to give up too much right there. He's still going to maintain a close distance of 4/10. Whoa. Yikes. So Ed Kerstetter going through turn 1. Stefan Lindauer missed his braking mark right there and has just dropped onto the side. Gives position back to Ed Kerstetter, but he's going to be losing a little bit of time, and enough time to it's where he's going to build a gap and lose a little bit of that toe. So hard to say if that was worth it, but he's now Ed Kerstetter is in P2 as Ali Raza has gone into the pit lane. Let's see. Oh, CPK had some crashes. That's awful. And I hate blue screens. Scare me. I get one. If I get one, I just it's time to restart everything. Just go new. Burn through it. Look at this. Is Mike Burkhoff showing he has the pace to be ahead of Aaron Free here, car number 99 of Flying Laser Motorsports, and he is on the heels, and he's going to push ahead of him. No, he doesn't. It almost looked like he was just going to, he had the speed to go on that right-hand side and corner, but he's not going to do that just yet. Put us behind a couple. The rain didn't help either. I hear the Audi is a tricky gal to contain. Yikes. Mike Burkhoff, side by side with Aaron Free, who has not gone into the pit lane, has now been overtaking. That is P8. Ed Kerstetter, a Panzer Wollmolder, has just dropped down several positions as he goes in to serve his mandatory pit. And we have Stefan Lindauer in P2 of Southern Star Motorsports, who has not served his mandatory pit, but is going to continue pushing through Curva Grande as he has a 23.7 second gap away from our race leader. And we'll go over that real quick. Riley Manier in P1 has a 24 second gap from P2, a driver who has not gone in the pit lane. That being said, I believe even if he was to go into the pit lane now through this lap, he would still come out maybe a second or two behind Stefan Lindauer, which would still be good enough. So we'll definitely see a lot of undercutting happening right here by some of the other drivers, but Riley Manu needs to be pretty on point. You don't have to change tires. If only I could... If only I could, yeah, let me just... Thanks for that, Mr. Shy Guy. I think we all want to be famous. Not really. That would be a... Thanks for that, Mr. Shy Guy. No, I think we all... give me a second here. Trying to... We have Ed Kerstetter. He's out of the pit lane, and he is now passing Aaron Free. So what a fantastic move by Ed Kerstetter. He's side by side with him. He hasn't actually passed him just yet, but over on the outside line, through that final corner, he has done so. It's just anyone's guess as to if he's going to be able to keep it going into this first corner. But he does stick it right now, and Aaron Free has not gone into the pit lane, so it's hard to say what's going to happen there. As we had, a few likes. Why haven't I seen those? Steel FPS, thank you for the follow, and Cole Hawks, thank you for the follow. Edgeman, Cobra, thank you for the follow. I don't know why this isn't repopulating on my thing, but isn't there I think that's right. It banned them. I don't know how to actually delete their comment, so I'm not really good at this stuff. Yeah, I wish I had better idea. Oh, delete messages. Thank you. I'll definitely have to add some people to the moderation list on that so we can get some help if possible. It's really hard to do everything here. So close. We have Ed Kerstetter fighting Mike Burkhoff for P7. And I think the interesting thing here is that the undercut may not have served Mike Burkhoff too much because he is in P7. Mike Burkhoff was P2, and Ed Kerstetter is on the heels of him by only 2.5 seconds. So Mike Burkhoff, I don't believe he was that close when he went into the pit lane the first time. So that's unfortunate. Mike Burkhoff now having to battle some traffic, and there's Cornotis on the outside line. Let's see how close he is here. And it looks like he has a pace to overtake him before they get to the S's. And there goes Mike Burkhoff for P6, with Ed Kerstetter following shortly behind in only a 2-second gap. And that 2-second gap has dropped significantly, as now we can see Ed Kerstetter is only 1.4 seconds back because of that battle that happened with Mike Burkhoff. It gave him all the room he needed to push ahead. And look at that. This Jeff Allen is getting out of the pit lane, and he is going to be dropping down to P8. So that's already some positions regained for these drivers that were already doing the undercut as Eric Miller heads into the pit lane right now. Ed Kerstetter is now P6. He's got a few drivers ahead of him. Chronotis is one of them who has to do his mandatory pit, so we're not going to see a true battle happen there so much as just a pass. Constable Cody Wassam and Jarek Snyder still have to make their pit. So it's going to come down to Riley Benier, P1, Mike Burkhoff, P2, and Ed Kerstetter, P3 provisionally. Ali Raza, who was P4, who was battling Ed Kerstetter, was battling Mike Burkhoff for P2, is now dropped to P4. So it looks like Ed Kerstetter, who went into the pit lane, was able to overcut Ali Raza when he went into the pits. It's a tricky thing when you. There's a lot to pay attention to that I'm not sure exactly, but it looks like Ali Raza's not going to. That's unfortunate because Ali Raza's behind Jeff Allen, and Jeff Allen has exited the pit lane. So I think Ali Raza must have had a mistake through his pit stop. He could have taken tires. That would have been a 30-second drop, and it would explain why he is in the position where he's at. But it's not mandatory to do anything but lift up and drive back off. And unfortunately, it's just not even something you want to do in an hour-long race, as he is now fighting Jeff Allen here. Whoa, look at that. And that is one of the drivers coming out of the pit lane. Oh, does he have this, though? Jeff Allen hits that sausage curb. No, sorry. Ali Raza hits the sausage curve. Jeff Allen takes that. Oh, man. And that would have been a stewarding penalty had he had tried to attempt that. Ali Raza knows better than that, and he actually jumped back in. Was able to jump back out once he got past that white line for the pit exit. He's able to overtake that driver right there of Jeff Allen, so he goes back into P6. Now Stefan Lindauer has, I believe, went into the pit lane to serve his mandatory pit stop, so it's unclear. But Ali Raza taking positions back. He is now P6 with only one driver ahead of him that has to go into the pit lane, and that is Constable Cody Wassam and possibly Stefan Lindauer, but it's unclear at this time. I wish I had a notepad to account for all these drivers, as we have Riley Manier, the race lead, right behind Andrew Pickrell for P12. So Riley Manier has overtaken P15, 14, 13. So that is the pace of the race lead right now, as he is going to be lapping some of these drivers. And with 50 seconds to the P2 position, I don't see why Riley Manier hasn't gone into the pit lane. He could even take tires and still get out ahead. I don't know if you'd want to do that. I mean, there is a blue flag right there, so they should be trying to get by him. And let's just take a look and see if Riley Manier decides to do such a thing as they go down this final corner. There he goes, off into the pit lane. He's finally going to serve it. And to be honest, I'm just curious to see how this plays out. We have Constable Cody Wassam in P2. Car number 188 is in the final sector, Sector 3. He's about to go through the S's, and you can clearly see that right there. That is where the P number 2 is. P3 is Mike Burkhoff, who has gone into the pit lane to serve his mandatory pit stop. He is also going to have to try to get that undercut going. But here's Riley Manier, P1, already hopped back down, and he is back out into the pit window, into the pit lane, sorry, window lane. And down the straightaway they go. Those two drivers that are fighting for position, Ed Kerstetter, Mike Burkhoff, are just entering the straight. Through the line they go, and that is Riley Manier already through turn 1, and he is going to maintain a 17-second gap from Ed Kerstetter, and then about an 8-second gap from Constable Cody Wassam. Constable Cody Wassam decided not to go in the pit lane and stay out a little bit longer. We'll see if that plan pans out for him. And provisionally, I'd say like the pace right now, as it stands, we're going to have Riley Manier P1, Mike Burkhoff P2, Ed Kerstetter P3. Ed Kerstetter coming from the back of the grid, not serving a quali, and now is P, almost, technically he's P3. By all accounts, he's going to be P3. So we do a driver of the day, and if anyone has any suggestions, it's not really a vote, but we'll go by, like, you know, what you guys thinking here. We would do round after round, but since I'm not really sure who I would vote for, and that was really impressive Pete on the first one. And then we're going to say Ed Kerstetter coming from the back of the grid. Could be driver of the day for that, having overtaken half the grid on the first lap, and then slowly making his way to P3. There goes Constable Cody Wassam into the pit lane, now serving his mandatory pit. Or we could say Riley Manier for his impressive 13-second gap from the driver behind him. He served a 13-second gap right now through this race, but in the last race he had a very close fight where he defended very well, and Ed Kerstetter was a couple tenths off of him for half that race, but then Riley Manier was able to pull away, got comfortable, and stayed about 2 to 3 seconds ahead of Ed Kerstetter. So Riley Manier making an impressive feat, having done P1 quali both races, as well as winning the last race, and probably winning this race as well, as we have 9 minutes left to go. Definitely going to see a battle for P2. CPK, I believe that. You know, I think with some assertion, I think we can probably say right now that Riley Manier should get driver of the day for his flawless performance in quali both times, as well as a race win. I'm on board to say it. I think I could stand by it right now and say that driver of the day should be Riley Manier for a fantastic show of speed. And well, luck has it, we have all three flying lizards all in a row. One's just slightly behind them. That's Aaron Free, Andrew Pickrell, and Eric Miller in P11, 12, and 13. So one thing to note about this race is that these drivers had some difficulties with through the race due to teammate collisions that occurred. Or was it the last race? It's been a long race. No, it was this race. Car number 17 of Eric Miller has had an incident with car number 99 of Aaron Free and car 55 of Eric Gakassian, who's sitting comfortably in P9. I don't believe he has served his mandatory pit But if he has, then it's an impressive spot for him to be in right there. As we have car number 99, car number 99 and 33. So Aaron Free and Andrew Pickrell. These two drivers have also had an incident with each other. So Flying Lizard team needs to speak to each other after the race to determine why these incidences occurred and how they can best serve the races to come as a team, gentlemen. Every play, inch by inch. Sorry. Any given Sunday? Anybody? No? And with Andrew Pickrell about 0.6 off of his teammate, I don't believe he's going to try to do anything funny here, as I think they've already alluded to their issues as a team have cost them some positions. And we'll jump over to a HUD cam here. And while we're at it, we'll just pull up some things and stuff. And transition that. And for those of you still watching, we have our monthly mixed class endurance race coming up. It's a driver swap series. If you want to, you could go to our YouTube channel and look at the Laguna Seca 4-hour event. Quali starts at 12 p.m. Eastern on the November 13th, as well as the December 11th as well. So the November 13th one is going to be a Bathurst 4-hour event. Endurance race, and that's going to be fantastic. The YouTube 4-hour event was with Well Cakes commentating with Eric Cassian, and they had a pretty fantastic commentary going on there, so you definitely got to check that out. And it's coming up soon, as well as the December 11th one for this 8-hour Silverstone event. So definitely go ahead and check that out, as well as we have the 9 for 9 Dust Till Dawn sim racing series starting, and this is the 9 for 9 sim racing that they do on their series. We have our own series. If you want to check out the Tracklicious sim racing series that we have going on here, we do a GT3 series, which is the Sundays at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then we have the GT4 series. That's the on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the Saturday is the Porsche Cup at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. But the Dust Till Dawn starts, it looks like they're going to be ending qualifications on the 10th. Ooh, look at him carry a lot of speed. He almost hit his teammate right there. Andrew Pickrell and Aaron Free didn't learn from the last time they went through the S's. It looked like they were about to touch again. And the division race starts the 11th with the November 18th through January 20th, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 8 rounds, GT3 only, and that is the sprint series by them. So go ahead and check that out at 9for9.racing to register with them. And overall, just check them out. They have a great series that's going on. They have great drivers, fast drivers, some alien drivers, as well as some of the drivers have joined our GT4 and GT3 series, as well as the mixed endurance that is going on. Look at that. Aaron Free misses his braking point. Eric Cassian is in the pit lane, so he is just exiting right there, and he's going to lose a couple positions right there. But not too many, is Andrew Pickrell. Ooh. Car number 44 is not a driver he has to be concerned about. Actually, he does have to be concerned about that driver. Eric Cassian is now P15. Car number 27 of Riley Maniers. Oh, that's a race lead. Yeah, Eric Cassian, who was P9, now goes to P15. And there we have it. Rudy Riley Manier of a Team Adidas Parlay is still holding pace and provisional pole at P1. 2 minutes left to go on this. Definitely doesn't want to have any incidences or anything occur Ed Kersetter's still 4 seconds off of Mike Burkhoff. It looked like that was going to be a close battle, but it's slightly spreading. Mike Burkhoff's actually faster on last lap of 148.7 to Ed Kersetter's 149.5. So it's a shame to see that that battle not happen. Kazavir plays cheering on the race lead for the Team Adidas Parlay, and overall flawlessly had a great run. And I don't think there's really a debate, but we definitely know who our race lead is. I think a race lead is going to be driver of the day for his fantastic show of pace. Quali was P1 provisionally, both qualifications of that, as well as the winning the last race through this second round, the first round of the doubleheader, and now the second round.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you
As
can.
he goes on the final lap. Jason Provolone's fighting for P12 against Eric Miller. So the Southern Star Motorsports has had some difficulties, although Steven Lindauer is in P4, holding it strong. He did get... Ali Raza did give up a position. That left Ed Kerstetter to get P3, and I guess on the undercut when Lindauer went in. It looked like Ed Kerstetter was able to get past him for P3, so it's a really good move. And we have Andrew Pickrell and Aaron Free yet again once at it. These drivers better not touch. I really don't want to see them touch. They've made some mistakes, but they can keep it together for one final corner. And I mean, he's taken. Riley is taken. He has a lady friend now, so I don't think that's going to happen, but anything's possible, I guess. Still 2/10 off, and there goes Jason Provolone against Eric Miller there. Down the straightaway, he's gone to the inside line. This is still on the final lap. These two drivers pushing ahead. Eric Miller now P13, but they're side by side through the first turn. Is he going to be able to stick this? No, he doesn't have the speed. Eric Miller has to cut. Oh, no. Look at that. That's great execution. He's going to maintain this toe as they go through this first chicane. That's just a cover. Okay. Riley Manier has finished this race. He is now P1, and it is all over, folks, as Mike Burkhoff takes P2. Ed Kerstetter takes P3. Stefan Lindauer is going to be crossing the line for P4. Ollie Raza is going across that final corner, and he's going to take P5 with no sweat off his back. And then there's Jarek Snyder in P6, followed by Jeff Allen of Pfaff Motorsports in P7. Constable Cody Wassum's going down that final corner with nobody in sight. He's definitely going to be able to take P8. And Chronotis has nobody to really battle there, and he is going to be taking P9. Andrew Pickrell and Aaron Free, their space is built just slightly, and they are going to let these drivers go home. With Andrew Pickrell at P10, Aaron Free at P11, and Jason Provolone overtaking Eric Miller for P12. Eric Miller is going to be taking P13, Reggie King 14, Eric Cassian 15, Josh Will 16. And that looks to be the race, everybody. And let's just try to see if we can't get this. All right, CPK, have a good night. Riley Manier, driver of the day, the race lead, winner, quali, all of it. You took it all home. How does it feel?
Man, it feels good. I'm pumped. I needed this. I needed to come out this weekend and have a good weekend, and I think I'll admit I got really lucky. Kerstetter didn't qualify, but I'm very happy. You know, drove consistently, put in some good times. I couldn't be happier.
Well, you definitely showed that you had the pace. Was there anything towards your pitch strategy that you were doing in particular? Because you went really long in terms of where everyone else was going on their pitch strategy.
Well, I knew as the race kept going, I knew the tires were going to drop off a little bit and keep getting cooler and cooler and cooler. But so I wanted to stay out and keep going on the tires so that when I pit, obviously the tires are going to drop in the pits. I wanted to stay on the the higher pressures. So
Okay,
that's
all
kind of
right.
why I did that.
Well, that makes total sense. I mean, you had some drivers try to make some moves, but in the end, Ed Kerstetter wiped out going through the S's during his qualifying, so he was unable to set his valid lap. But you pulled away. Thankfully, there was no major incidents that occurred for anybody trying to push ahead through that race. It was very clean, very calculated, and to finish off with over like a 13-second gap towards the end of the race, that's mighty impressive. So congratulations, Riley Minier. You're also the driver of the day. So great job, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, Ed, do you have a second to talk?
Yeah, I gotcha.
You coming in at P3. What a fantastic race. What a great time to come up through the ranks and from last place, not setting a time. Was there anything that occurred through the S's when you were going through your qualifying? Did you just know that something was going to be off when you ended up hitting that wall?
Yeah, so I ended up going out late, and then I don't know if I loaded the wrong setup or what, but it was crazy oversteery. And so I was just like right before I ended up spinning it, I was like, okay, just get a lap in, right, and get one on the board, and then go for a faster one the second lap before time ran out, and I just messed up. It just came around, so then I had to start from the back.
Yeah, well, you fought your way through the back. You made up a lot of positions through the opening lap, and it was a fantastic race overall. So congratulations getting P3 coming from the back of the pack. I know there wasn't many people in the back of the in this race, but you showed great pace. It's unfortunate you weren't unable to catch up to Mike Burkhoff towards the end. Is there anything that held you up?
Tire pressures were a little low. I would think I was down to like low 26s at that point.
Okay.
But Mike had good pace. I ended up like not getting the ignition on in the pit stop. I probably lost 3 seconds there. That would have made it a little bit more interesting, but Mike definitely had the pace there. And congrats to Riley for running 2 flawless races.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Congratulations to you and the Panzer Wallmotor team. Can't wait to see what you guys do next week. Thanks, Ed.
Yeah, thanks.
Mm-hmm. And one more person. I'm just going to cleanly do this real quick. Hey, Mike. Sorry for moving you, man. Do you mind if I talk to you about your race?
No, not at all. What's up? What's going on?
So P2, that's got to feel good. You had great pace. Your pace was actually stronger than Ed Kersetter's after the pit stop happened, and you're able to just break away just by pace alone. What a fantastic job that you did, because you ended up, getting ahead through that battle with Ali Raza, and you stayed ahead through your pit maneuver as well. So your pit stop. Is there anything that you want to take away from this race? It was really fantastic that you did.
Yeah, I can't complain, right? That's my best finish, and I was real happy with the second race because I had to make some changes to the car to manage it because this thing is really difficult for me with a full boat of fuel. So I made some good calls and it worked out. And I got a good pit stop, so that gave me a couple extra seconds ahead of the third in place. But I'll tell you, even though there wasn't a lot of action, as soon as I saw that Kerstetter was 2 seconds behind me, that was it for the rest of the race. I couldn't make a single mistake because he would have been all over me. So it was stressful in that regard, but otherwise, good race.
Well, in Ed's own word, congratulations to you for maintaining a very strong pace. That's something that he wasn't able to catch up to. And he also had just a trouble in his ignition when he was in his pit stop that cost him about 3 seconds. Overall, you did fantastic. That was a great overtake of Ali Raza. It was, down turn one. It could always get squirrely there, but you were able to just, keep it clean and keep it moving. So congratulations on P2, Mike.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. See ya.
Yeah, I'm gonna move you now. All right, that's everybody. Thanks for everybody that was watching, and don't forget to just follow us. You can join us on the Discord if you are a fan of ACC. We have races all the time. Almost every night we do open lobbies as well. Just go ahead and let us know if you want. I mean, we have season openers. The season's still going to where you can join it if you want. That's it for me, Jay Alvarez, and signing off here for Tracklicious Sim Racing. Thanks for watching.